So if they choose to say strike certain words, like they chose to strike the word proposed to, which they were talking about the victim, and they replaced it with sexual abuse. Could you explain what that would mean?
I have to see it
Now he like
to know the context in order to really explain it. But that's just, they shape the guilty plea and the narrative behind it in order to fit the desired outcome. As long as it doesn't stray too far from the facts.
You better say that.
as long as it don't stray too far from the fact.
That's all. That's all, Susie. I ain't gonna hold up too much of time. I had more questions, but I don't want to flood it out.
Yeah,
But I think we got our good point. I think we got our point of what our argument was when he kept trying to say there was no touching involved. But
exactly.
to hear that,
Thank you.
thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. McDuffie, for all you're doing.
Now, there's more in that we'll go over. But before we do that, I got Mom Boss up here. Let's have a conversation with Mom Boss real quick. How you doing today, Mom Boss?
Hey, y'all. Can you hear me okay?
You there, Mom Boss?
Yes, can you hear me?
Can
I
y'all
see
hear
my
Mom
thing
Boss?
going. Can y'all hear me?
Maybe it's my. Hold on, let me see if it's me.
Somebody put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, Mom Boss. Because I see my thing lighting up like I'm talking.
I still can't hear you, Mom Boss.
Oh, they can't hear me. They can hear me.
You hear Mom Boss? I can't hear.
They can hear me.
Hold up.
Yeah, all of them.
Let me check my settings, Mom Boss.
Yep, they can hear me. So check your settings.
Mic check.
Ooh, somebody
Mom Boss,
else
say
just
something.
went live. Can you hear me now?
You got that 4, you see what that 9 is.
Can you hear me, ears?
Oh, there you go. I hear you now. There you go. I had
Okay.
to check my settings. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna leave out here with my mama now. Last night, while we were on another platform, I had got a phone call from a Virginia number, but I didn't answer it. By the time I got back to when I looked at the phone, I missed the call. So at that same time, Suge was live or whatever. He was on the phone with someone, and it was the Virginia, whatever. And he said on the live that the man had actually mentioned my name and for me to, go ahead and call the number back. So I called the number back. I had to leave a message because no one answered last night. So on the way from driving my daughter to school on live, y'all, if you was on my live this morning, then they called me. So I put y'all on hold and I talked to him. And basically he just was like, he wanted to get information on Mr. Raymond and as far as like what he has like been doing or whatever. So I gave him some scenarios and stuff. And when I told him like I had videos and screenshots and audios, he was like, "That's the information that he want or whatever." So he was like, anything that I have on any platform of any harassment that he's been doing to me, he won't. He's like, "I don't care. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble." He's like, anywhere where you've seen or anyone that's seen him doing this to you, send it. So he got my email. He sent me an email this morning so I can reply back to the email. So that's what I've been doing. And yeah. So if y'all got any information, people that rock with me, if you got some screenshots, but I mean, believe me, I got them. I got enough. But that's what happened. And like I told him, I understand, people are always on YouTube talking about it's entertainment. But I told him, this is my business. I didn't come to YouTube just for entertainment. I came to make money as well. It's a business. Like, that's what it is. And he was like, "Oh, I totally understand that. Someone disparaging your business, taking food out of your children's mouth." So I don't see how he couldn't understand that that's what he was doing, going around talking about this lady a scam and tell her to show us somebody that she done made some money. I don't have to show you. You see them, sir. Like, what are you talking about? Making the money. I'm saving people money. They're earning money. They're writing off, getting additional deductions on their taxes. So they're making, like, they're doing it. Like, there's nothing to prove. But if you don't agree with it, that's okay. Don't agree with it, but don't go disparaging me for 2 years on every platform. He disparaged me from when Meal Ticket and all them, that's the only name I'm gonna say, when they was split, he was doing it over
Fair
there with
use
them. And then the
and fair,
comeback,
Mr. Fair use.
right, and Fair Use and Sis, all them made videos on me, of course. And then so then you doing it over there and with KB, like you doing it everywhere. Even when he split from Mr. S, you still was doing it. Even when Mr. S done apologized to me and done said he didn't know to understand my business and he knows that it's not a scam now. He didn't know, then and he should have done research and all that. Even though all this has happened, you're still going around talking about I need to show you somebody. It was even a person in it wasn't his chat, it was in another chat I won't name, but if you know what a brainwashing happened, then you know what chat it was. A lady came in the chat and was like, well, I'm in the travel agent business that she's in, and I know I make good money booking travel. So but I guess they skipped over that comment. So if she says she making good money and she only been in the business 3 months, I've been in the business for 7 years and have helped hundreds of people. So that's residual income that I'm getting. That's 10% matches and 50% matches. And like, I could go on and on. So I was just like, just from that comment alone, okay, so then as I'm making $100 a year. So just all the harassment for nothing. And then talking about my kids, talking about why I can't get I'm doing my business 1999. I'm doing this because I can't get a job because I got all these kids because I was effing too much. I got all it on video. So you can thank that brainwasher over there for making it drop for you with talking about me and putting pictures of me. Now we know why he always talk about my business 1999, because first of all, it's $39.95 my travel my do-it-yourself credit, but I offer it for $19.95, not $19.99. $19.99 was stuck in his head because that's when he committed that sexual offense in 1999. And Mr. 1999, you the Mr. 1999.
Mr. 1999,
right? Yeah. That drop should be for you.
1999.
What is the song? 1999. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I hear I see somebody in the chat saying, okay, I see Rizzo. Rizzo has a concern. He said it's just YouTube in certain kind of ways affecting people real life. Well, Rizzo, what you don't realize is the reason I could give a fuck less about this nigga real life because he could give a fuck less about my real life. Do you not think I have 2 monetized YouTube channels? This is my small business, sir. This is my business. I have a real life. I go out into the real world every single day. Work on people's air conditioners. I got to be in people's houses. I got to be around people's children. Now, if you have a person, especially a person of the caliber of Kwame Brown's channel and his reach, and we stay in the same hometown for one, and so people from our hometown, people probably that I can do business with in the future, are in his chat, and you have people come up there, and he's already leading the charge of me having sex with, well, I ain't gonna say that because I don't want somebody to chop that up.
Right,
but
right.
We have a situation where somebody's accusing me of a crime, a sexual crime with a minor, saying somebody will be watching a 13-year-old on the damn at the pool. But they're the ones that's been accused of something in this type of way. He's the one that's been accused of touching or some kind of fornication with a minor, but he's putting that on my reputation where I'm running 3 businesses. I do my HVAC, I have an entertainment business, and I have another one that I'm not going to speak on. So you have someone that is smearing my name, smearing Mom Boss's name, saying she's a scammer in front of all of these people just because you want to please a guy that you don't even know. Nah. That's real life. Real life. So a motherfucker talking about, oh, this is just YouTube. Yeah, when you just shut your motherfucking mouth and sit in the damn audience and enjoy the show. That's when it's just YouTube. But when you go out here and start spreading rumors just because you want to please a content creator, it becomes more than YouTube. But go ahead, Mom Boss.
I was just gonna apply to RZA, and this is like I said, it's just not about my business. Cause saying my business is a scam, okay, whatever, whatever. But where's the proof? Like that's what I'm talking about. Everybody been reducing receipts, but ain't nobody reduced no receipts on my business being a scam. Ain't not a one person came up and said I have scammed them. But back to, and also him talking about my children and my family. So you talking about I need to stay off YouTube. Now, YouTube is not for entertainment. Like I said, even the Virginia State Trooper agrees that it's a business. Y'all the ones on here that's thinking it's just entertainment. And that's why y'all miserable. Because everybody out here living paycheck to paycheck and just want everybody else to be miserable like them. Like, get you a plan B, start your YouTube channel. Really, you already got one because you on here commenting. If you able to comment, you got a channel. You just haven't uploaded. And you talking about I'm in the newspaper for scamming as well. First of all, I'm not in the newspaper for scamming. I want you to read, and that news article will be removed soon because I wasn't convicted of anything. I don't have any charges. You can go look them up. No conviction. Yes. And I told my story from day one.
And she didn't.
Before,
And she didn't sign a. And she didn't sign a plea deal. Make sure you make that clear too. Sorry. I think she a signal went out. She also didn't have to sign a plea deal. See, it's one thing not to have a conviction, and people could say, "Well, you might have did that. You might have not. You know, you got away with it or something like that." Because that's what I think when it comes to Kwame. That he did it. He just got away with it. But you still got to say, okay, you didn't get convicted. And you can look at somebody's action. So this woman could prove that she's been making money. We proved that that nigga been violent. Now we look at Biz, we prove that he has a pattern of this. And he pleaded guilty. He want us not to take into account of what he pleaded guilty to. That's called taking accountability for your actions, sir. If you plead guilty to something, you're guilty of it. Period. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link again for Mom Boss. See if she I don't know if she StreamYard might have just kicked out. StreamYard been acting up. But yeah, anyway, while we wait, let me go back on a little bit of this Sister T's live. Because what this man was saying from the beginning was kind of interesting too when he was talking about the patterns of these type of people. He said something very interesting.
He lied about his court case.
People do it all the time. That's not a crime.
Mom Boss, you still there? Oh,
yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Yeah, I got kicked off. I think it was I think it was meant for me to get kicked off. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Mom Boss?
I'm here. Can y'all hear me? I think the chat can hear me. I just think you can't. Because I'm here.
I can't hear anything. Can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
What the hell happened to my sound?
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
I can't hear you for some reason. My sound just went out of nowhere.
You want me to?
Yeah, I'm about to leave out and come back in, Mom Boss.
Okay, well, I'll finish talking to them while you do that. Because I think they can hear me. Yep, they can hear me. Yeah, I don't have any charges. I wasn't convicted of anything. If you watch my live from a couple of days ago, you will see that we went to the website and saw where it said no charges. And we also pulled up the letter from my lawyer in 2013 that said I don't have any convictions or any charge. So there you go. Like I didn't have to go wait on nobody to pull my paperwork. I talked about my past from the day one when I came on here. That's part of my story. I didn't commit any fraud. If I committed fraud, my children and me at that same time, we still was getting those food stamps and TennCare that they said I defrauded. So if I committed a fraud, that wouldn't have been possible. But back to what you said about you can call Idaho and they can vouch my travel agent business. You sure can. You can call all 50 states and 22 countries, including Mexico and Jamaica, and they're going to vouch for my travel agent business. Now my do-it-yourself credit and my travel club is only US based. So all 50 states as well. So yes, they sure are going to vouch for it. What do you mean? I'm sorry that I understand that people do come on here and scam, but I show my everyday life. I show me and my children every day. My men, grilling, my children going to school, them going to dance competitions. Like, do you think I'll be on here showing all of that and I'm a scammer? Again, I've been on Facebook since 2009. I have 45,000 followers on Facebook. They're not subject to this. They know for sure I'm not a scammer. My subscribers, the true subscribers that support me, they know I'm not a scammer. Most of them are in the business, but just because y'all don't know about it, because I didn't come on here and tell y'all, oh, such and such in the business, that's none of your business. If they wanted you to know, they will tell you. And I give away a lot of free nuggets. I show people how to just start a YouTube channel. I show people how to start a Facebook and get paid from Facebook Reels with ads on your Facebook, with Facebook stars from performance from Facebook. I just got fully monetized on YouTube, meaning I also have the ads on my videos, and I have over 740 videos, and maybe 10 of those are in yellow where they're limited ads. All the rest of my videos have full ads. That means YouTube loves what they see on my channel. So watch the growth.
Watch your growth.
It took 3 hours for them to approve my Google AdSense. 3 hours, where people be talking about it take days and months. But that's all I want to say on that. I'm trying to see if somebody else said something else, but yeah, I got kicked off. I'm people gonna say, oh, look at her, she mad, she aggressive. No, I'm not mad, I'm not aggressive. This is my tone, and this is how I talk. And if you don't like it, don't listen. You can come back when I'm off of here. But I was invited by the host. So if the host invite me and make me feel comfortable, I could care less what anyone in the chat has to say. And that's why I feel comfortable coming over here and in some other chats as well, as far as coming on their panel, because I feel comfortable. Nothing about being protected. I don't need to be protected. We're on that. We're just typing. Like my babe said, if you ain't stepping to our door, you just keyboard thug and keyboard preaching. Since some people don't want to be called thugs. But other than that, I can handle you with the courts. And that's what I'm gonna start doing. Cease and desist letters coming real soon. Y'all hit the like button on my channel and Ears channel, because they're gonna be like, ooh, she was live. Ears was on her channel. They don't know we doing a double stream. So this is your live. I'm on your channel, and you allowed me to share it to my audience. But I tell you, these people don't read YouTube guidelines. They don't know. Because I just want to tell you is you don't have to speed that video up when you reviewing somebody's video. As long as you're actually reviewing it, me actively talking, while you're going through the video, you don't have to speed that up. I don't know who made up that rule. But that's not accurate.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, but I don't never speed up videos when I play, because I was like, what am I speeding it up for? I'm doing an active review. It's fair use. I'm not just taking a person's content and uploading it on my channel, and that's all I'm doing. We're actually reacting to it, reviewing it. And I haven't got, like I said, all my videos are in the green. I probably have 10 that are in yellow, but I've been putting in submitting a review, and 5 of them already came back that they're to full monetization, because for whatever reason, YouTube use a robot to tell you if your video is limited as or not eligible or green. But if you know that it's not, you can do a request, and if you do enough good requests where they can trust, like, oh, she understand the guidelines, or he understand the guidelines, then they won't even use a robot to analyze your videos. They'll just take your word for it that your video, that you following the guidelines, And so, yeah, so I'm gonna do a YouTube class one day, just on live. It's gonna be free. I ain't gonna be charging nobody. I may end up switching to members only after I do it, but y'all need to understand, to monetize your knowledge. Your knowledge is your power. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't charge for something that you know, and that they don't know, or that they don't want to take the time out to get the information. See, that's the problem. People don't like to go research. So if I have something that you can have all in one where you didn't have to go research, then that saves you a lot of time that we can't get back and money in the long run. So I'm gonna keep advertising my businesses. Here we are, 7 years strong for me. We're coming up on our 8th-year anniversary for the company. So Ears, I'll be in Orlando Wednesday. So tell Miss Ears I'm gonna be there. And yeah. So they already know.
Salute. Definitely. Make them mad. But let's check out some of what this lawyer was saying when he first came on. I just wanted to get across this point also. So yesterday, this guy, he comes up and he just, giving his information. I don't know if he's been privy to, how messy it is over here or whatever, but just giving basic questions, not knowing who a person is or whatever, and just giving his basic questioning to knowledge. All states are different. I definitely want to make that clear. But a lot of the laws are still the same, especially when it comes to a place like Philadelphia or, New Jersey. But the Commonwealth state of Virginia, of course, they have some different laws, but they're laws. Minor kind of runs across the whole fucking country. When you say minor, sex offense, it's across the fucking board. It's not like dope charges.
Things to people. He can cuss people out, and that's not a violation of his sentencing order.
So he's saying it's cool for Biz to be around here talking his shit. So y'all don't be saying that the man should be locked up for just talking his shit.
Can't threaten people though, and
I can't say I've heard him threaten nobody. I ain't gonna cap. I haven't heard him threaten nobody.
If in his rages he threatens to do harm or something like that to someone, that is an offense that can be reported. And if he's on supervision, on probation or parole, that would be a violation. However,
which he's not. But for y'all niggas that's running around here on supervision and y'all just acting all reckless, y'all better be careful. These women ain't playing with y'all niggas.
However, if his only contact with the government or only requirements of the government or the state is to be on the registry, then that would not be a violation of his conditions of being on the registry. It's just bad conduct that is unfortunate and reprehensible.
What
to your other, the fact that he's walking around and you sense a lack of remorse. A lot of times, my observations have been that folks who engage in that kind of conduct will probably abuse themselves.
Now that I can believe, because the way that Biz acts is like, there's something deep in there. He has a hatred towards certain women.
As children. So that may be the underlying situation with him. He probably needs to get some help. He needs some treatment.
I totally agree.
Therapy. What was your other point, ma'am? I'm sorry, I may have missed something.
No, baby, that's okay. You on top of it. Tanya would like to know, what if he put the victim name out?
The child that he abused?
Well, this was more than one in question, but any of them. What if he did that, and the child too, or the underage?
Yeah, the parents should take action immediately and report that to the police. They should report that. That's a.
See, now it was hard to hear this part because at this point, because he was 25 at that point, so he's 40 now, so it wouldn't be a child now. So it would be an adult now that want to put this type of past behind them, but they would have a troll or wabbit or whatever you want to call it, a sicko from YouTube that would take that name research them, find out who their kids is, find out who they live in. They have no idea. So
Right.
I wanted to know in that circumstance, and I wanted to ask that question, but I just ain't want to come up with an ask a question. But I just wanted to try to get the clearest ones. But I want to know what would, be the consequences of him being on the registry. And here's this person that's in his case. And he's putting out their name because this is the person he's supposed to stay away from. He's trying to prove to YouTube that he didn't touch this person, and there was no reason for him to show the name of the victim. So I want to know what are the consequences to that, and if anybody has that that screenshotted, would they be sending that to that guy that's been calling saying he's building the case? Because I take that seriously. Because here you is, a guy on here projecting onto guys who had never done anything criminal, sexually criminal to anybody. And you have a nerve to say he would be watching a 13-year-old, where here you are charged for some kind of sexual indecent behavior with a minor. Now you're telling us it's just because you yell, "I don't want to suck my dick," and the girls lied on you and say you said some other shit which you don't want to say what they said, but it pretty much that you would for $240 you would give them their car back if they suck your dick. So that's what you want us to believe. It doesn't sound right. So when we have to look deeper into it and see what sexual assault mean, what indecent liberties mean, we were like, okay, this is what you were charged with, this is what you were convicted with, and now they wanted to put you on a sex offenders list because of this behavior, But if it's true what you're saying, you were driving away, but at the same time you got these girls coming up on a tape that you claiming that you had saying he didn't do it. Do what? They saying we don't believe you did it. They ain't saying we know you didn't do it. We didn't see you do. We were there. None of that. It's just those could be just people just speculating. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, the offender cannot go back and talk to the victim. You would have been charged right there in the courtroom if you would have gave the public defender or the DA paperwork or any kind of evidence that you went and made contact with the victim. So that's what makes me believe that it's not true, that I can't take that tape into accountability. You keep saying, why you don't even listen to the tape? You won't even listen to the tape because you went and talked to the witness, and I know that's illegal, and they wouldn't have took that. So the court wouldn't take it. Why the fuck would I take it? I don't know who's on that tape. I don't know how old they are, how many of them, because you said 5+ people came out the house. So was all of them underage, or was anybody, the person car you had to be taken? It couldn't have been none of those underage girls that this charge is coming from. So if there was an adult out there, then maybe you would have been charged with that same indecency to an adult also. And that adult would at least had to come to court, like Queen Regina was asking. When you was on Kwame's panel, you wouldn't answer that question. How old was the girls? Did their parents come to court with them? You said it was over 5 people. I mean, how many of those people were adults? How many of those were minors? You said that there were no contact. You just was driving off and you yelled out the window, "Suck my dick." So there's a lot of holes in this story, which shows no remorse. And then when you have to explain the 99 story, and we were getting them mixed up a lot, including myself. but it's become clear when you told your own story yourself in '99. You snuck into a young lady's room that you felt like was slow. So from a rumor, from you never said how many people told you this rumor, what kind of evidence of this rumor, but you admitted that you were not invited. You snuck down to a young lady's room uninvited, came into her room, and was pretty much telling her to suck your dick. Uninvited. Probably don't know the girl's name, none of that shit. Never talked to her. I don't know how you knew she was slow. But you went in, you were a creepy motherfucker that thought it was okay to go into a woman's room. And then when you didn't get charged with assault and you got away with it, only thing you can say is, I'm a good father. I ain't no bad guy. But then all of a sudden you turn out and do another sexual act that gets you on the registry. This one here should have had you on the registry. So that second act that you had did, your ass should have been in prison, motherfucker. You should have been in prison.
Hey, Ears, I'm gonna drop down and come right back up because I can't read the comments in your chat.
Okay, I can't even see him either.
So that may just be stream y'all, but I'm still gonna drop down and come back.
Okay. Yeah, but he should have been on the registry then. Going into a woman's room while she damn supposed to be asleep, minding her business. She's supposed to be in assisted living because you heard a fucking rumor. Did you? What? Why was that? Why? Why was that a good excuse for YouTube, but it wasn't a good excuse to the court of law? Why was that? Why is it accepted by YouTube, but it's not accepted in the court of law? He still ended up getting assault to the third degree. Everybody looking past that. All that happened on the same night. The night where you crept into a woman's room. And for some reason, you pled guilty to a unlawful restraint. An unlawful restraint. That means what? You're inside of a woman's room and you get an unlawful restraint, and then you get a third degree assault. But it started out with aggravated battery. And they dropped it down, probably because they felt sorry for you because you was a little slow your damn self. 16 years old. They didn't want to throw away your whole life, like the lawyer said. you crazy, Miss J. So, you know, I mean, I'm thinking about being how a 16-year-old girl, how that affected her life. You keep talking about your life. This is how we know you have no remorse. You have no remorse for the effect that you made on that girl's life, whether you think she's slow or not. Whether you feel like she's slow or not, you have no remorse on the fear you put in that girl's life. Creeping in her damn room, middle of the damn night, uninvited. Talking about goddamn, and then you get a unlawful restraint and an assault to the third degree. Yeah, it's a misdemeanor, but it was enough to get you a year of goddamn a 3-year probation. And as soon as you fucked up, your ass sat in jail for what, a year? No, I wouldn't have T. Jones because Trish was 18, sir. So try again, sir. Nah, don't try again. We'll put your ass a timeout for that. See, that's what y'all want. Y'all want to compare me and a fucking sex offender. I didn't do nothing illegal. There's a difference between consent. Yeah, age of consent. There's a difference. I don't give a fuck if you don't like the what state you stay in. There's laws. Ears didn't break no fucking laws. That's why Ears is not on no fucking sex offender list. The fuck is y'all talking about?
The violation of the kid's confidentiality, the child's confidentiality. And I'm not sure what the statutes are in Virginia or Connecticut, but that should be reported.
And it doesn't necessarily.
That should be reported. And that's what people did. They reported that shit. You put out the fucking victim name. You put out the victim name. That's when I said your ass need to be reported. Yeah. Your ass need to be reported putting out that fucking woman name. You fucking sick motherfucker. You could have just, left the shit alone, told the fucking truth, and let the shit alone. No, what you could have did is just shut your fucking mouth instead of talking about other folks. For other folks. You ain't no damn content creator. You mad about some folks getting called a wabbit. Now you want to go up there and talk about, somebody watching somebody at the fucking pool. 13-year-old kids at a pool. Nah, nigga.
No, it's him lying to the public about charges is not a violation. The public can access the information because if he's on the registry, when he moves and relocates, he has to notify the local police and then they put it out in distribution on the internet and so forth. However, if he relocates, say he moves from one side of town to the other and doesn't inform the authorities, in my experience, I only practice in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, but in my experience, not reporting your movement, your relocation is a violation. And that can get you, that's a crime in and of itself. And he can be arrested and charged with that crime.
Now, remember I said, I think that nigga had got a violation in Connecticut. And he didn't get caught till he was in Virginia. And I think that's what happened. And they arrested him and charged him with the shit in Virginia. I think that's what happened. That's just my personal opinion. But he's trying to lie and say, hey, I got it when I was in this place. But I could be wrong too, because he's saying that the girl was the same age. That girl would have to be younger than what he's saying, the one in Connecticut. But that was just a theory of mine. But if he want to say he got two separate occasions, okay. Two separate occasions then. Drop the link. All right. You know what they're trying to do, Common Sense TV. That's all they want to keep trying to do. They want to skip over legality when it's not convenient. The law ain't the law when they want to try to goddamn slander somebody. But when it's them and the law is right there, they want to try to get technical. They want to try to get technical. They want to try to distract. They want to talk about a nigga cutting grass and all kind of dumbass shit like that. You know, when it come to their cult.
Can you give her your email address so she can email you?
Yes. McDuffie, HMC McDuffie at AOL.com. Just
HMC.
DUFFY.
That information. So what if
The time? That's not a crime. Sentencing. You can lie about it.
what about
That should be reported because.
What about putting witness information out?
That should be reported because that puts them in danger.
That should be reported because that puts them in danger. Now, the pattern of what these people are doing on YouTube, do you not think that that's important when this man comes on there and he asks several times, I don't know if I should put this piece out right here because this it has the witness name on it. So he did it knowingly. Did it knowingly. He kept saying it, and then finally did it. Instead of waiting and editing out, blacking out the name or whatever, he did it knowingly. You're right, Dead Black. I mean, yeah, Dead Black. You're right.
Let's see. I'm coming here for the next question, y'all, because I got to email him this. Let me see him. And he's getting paid. Questions in here. One of the MSO was saying the victims are adults now, Mr. McDuffie. Drop the link, please. My opinion. Okay, my opinion. I'm dropping the link right now. Come on up, my opinion, because you probably got questions for Mr. McDuffie.
Now, that's what I wanted to hear more about. Being that the victims are adults now, you know, will that still be the same effect? I mean, yes, he was charged and the person was a minor and he did his probation. But when it comes to you still on the Offenders Act, now you're putting the public information out who your victims were when you have an audience that are known for, you know, their stalking behavior. And there already was admitting in his chat, and we got it on screenshot. They're like, Biz, you know, we're going to go look this person up now. And that was the people who has these fake names of other people's daughters and stuff like that. So we already know what kind of shit they own.
See, I'm coming, Mr. McDuffie. I'm trying to see if anybody got a question where I can buy me some time where I can send you this email. To go door to door.
Authorities.
He's probably in his truck, King, Mr. McDuffie. Meet my opinion, 2, 3 things at one time. Lord King.
Yes,
code against minor children, and in his record it was given a code of 18.
We discovered that
level offense when the child is, there's a separation of age. In Pennsylvania, New Jersey, if it's he had some unlawful, that's a crime, but 16 to 6, and I would be surprised. Sometimes what happens is you get a felony, and just to get rid of the case or not to have to go to trial, a person will have a lawyer that will plead it down to a misdemeanor in order for him to accept the sentence and the deal and move on. So sometimes that happens. But the age gap.
Standing when I actually looked up the registry.
They will negotiate it down to where it won't affect his entire life.
My opinion, mute your mic, baby. My opinion, why he.
And I think this is what happened to him in Connecticut.
Talking, baby, mute your mic.
And the prosecutor may have taken into account the fact that at the age of 16, he was a child, and his decision-making capability was probably not fully developed, as is the case with most children. And so that may have factored into their equation when they decided to make it a misdemeanor, if they in fact did that, and gave him a 15-year sentence on the registry.
Well, now all that was kind of inaccurate because they weren't in the same situation. But when it comes to that 16-year-old situation with the slow girl, you know, being that they still charge him with several charges. See, and if he was at a assisted living house, is what he want to call it, I believe it was maybe some more mentally challenge kind of things going on there. But for them to look at it as a sexual act and give him what the shit is, unlawful restraint, a sexual, not sexual, but assault to the third is what they want. What he what's on this thing, and also what that was.
Coercion and
Coercion.
unlawful restraint.
Yeah, coercion, unlawful restraint, and assault, the third degree assault. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, because they dropped it from first degree to
Aggravated
third.
battery. Okay, they dropped it from first degree assault to third, and it was a coherence. So he was trying to act. That pretty much lines up with what he was saying. He was trying to get head from the girl, and the unlawful restraint. So that pretty much tells that, like he said, that's like if you standing in front of a door or something for like 2 minutes. So think about him in front of a door for 2-3 minutes, which is probably the longest 2 minutes of that girl's life, of a stranger creeping in your room, you know what I'm saying, and standing over you probably while you sleep in your drawers or something like that as a teenager. So, and unlawful restraint, like this man is going to explain. I was trying to see if I could find the spot. It means like you're holding somebody down or trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to do something to him or whatever. So remember, he did make the comment the girl was bigger than him. So he probably couldn't get her down. But he did get charged with a 3rd degree assault, which went from the 1st degree assault. He did admit that he was trying to coerce the girl into giving him head. He did admit that he crept into a room unwanted because he heard a rumor. Now, if y'all think this is not sicko behavior, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all. I wasn't doing this type of shit when I was 16. Okay, mentally challenged. You're right, say less. I've been trying to find the right words, but you know. But shit,
I meant to tell you that. I'm sorry.
I wasn't creeping into girls' rooms, especially uninvited. Every girl room I ever crept in, it was invited. Shit, but y'all talking about and then want to say, oh, he was just 16. And stop the madness. But want to sit here and try to crucify me. No. This man is a sexual predator. He started out as a sexual predator. And then when he got 25, he did something else that he wanted to tiptoe around. He wanted to leave little bits and pieces out. I said this, but them girls lied on me. Everybody lied on him. Everybody made a mistake. The courts made a mistake, put the wrong shit in there. The newspaper made a mistake, put the wrong shit in there. The girl was lying when goddamn she told what happened to her. The goddamn people made a mistake of putting them on the goddamn registry. They made a mistake with the numbers. They made a mistake with the language. Everything is a fucking mistake. We should all just believe him. Just everybody fucked up and said the wrong shit, put the wrong shit on him. And what he's saying is the fucking truth. Even though the fucking tape that he got, the court didn't even want to hear that shit. Everything's a mistake. But both cases, everybody fucked up. Everybody lied on him. Oh, she just came out when the counselor came down. She went in, and next thing I know, the police was there. And she just started saying all kind of crazy shit because she didn't want to get in trouble. What kind of trouble she was going to get in? Y'all was going to get on restriction? No, nigga, you violated. You crept in her room. How she going to get in trouble if she didn't invite you? You want her to lie for you? She told them folks, this nigga came out of nowhere in my room talking about suck his dick. You want her to say, oh, nah, I invited him down here to suck his dick. Why would she get in trouble for you creeping in her fucking room uninvited? So she started saying all kind of crazy shit. No, she said what the fuck you did. This shit is crazy. And you want us to think that you ain't a sexual deviant, that you ain't a fucking pervert, and that whatever you got put on that list, they didn't take it. They probably look back on this situation too, like, yeah, man, that nigga there, he ain't right. He ain't right. We gotta watch him. Yeah. He ain't right. We let him off on that last one. You know, he was young. We felt like maybe he could change his life, maybe, you know, whatever. But now he is
Right.
on the bullshit. He is on the bullshit. We gotta at least keep our eye on this motherfucker.
Not to damage his entire life. That may have been the factor or the cause of that.
Okay, from my understanding that he was at the age of 24 when this crime took place. From the understanding that he can petition the court to come off this registry. And from
that would be in the sentence order. So I'm not familiar with that. That makes sense though. If he's 25 and the child was under 6, and it depends on the nature of the crime. There is a crime, and which is that.
Well, how you doing, Toothless? Questions too, if my opinion not done.
That's fine.
I think he already did this, but his name on the internet.
That may be a violation depending on the terms in the sentencing order. However, it certainly is a violation of that person's personal rights, and if that person, if they should get a lawyer and see about suing him.
Oh shit, Biz. You better hope nobody send that girl. Now you done put that girl business out there. You better hope nobody don't send that to that girl. Since you got that $400,000 house, that might be that girl house. Yeah. Especially if somebody played that, you just told her she was slow. That girl might not have been slow at all. You probably was the slow motherfucker. You better hope she don't reach out to one of these YouTubers to come out and find out more information about you out here talking about she's slow and putting her fucking name out. And one of these people done reached out to her, and now she tried to reach out to find out how she could combat that shit. But you better pray she don't got down here ears to the street up at ears to the street TV at gmail.com. Ooh, boy. You should have watched your motherfucking mouth, bitch ass nigga. Talking about leave it on YouTube, but you fucking with my real life.
Right. If it was my son, I would sue him.
Hey, Taylor, give us some examples of the codes because I just sent him the paperwork.
But yeah, that part, and I was trying to find the part where he explained the unlawful restraint.
A lot of speculations and lies, and it is what it is. What I now have adopted you for, yes, a part of Sister T set.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Often than people think, Mr. McDuffie, they get these people in these 67.4. I'm gonna repeat that. Are you familiar with these codes, or would you?
No,
have
ma'am.
Y'all hear that? Signed by him, entered a plea of guilty.
Yes.
The court accepted the plea of guilty and made it a part of the record after marking specific inquiries of the defendant and determining that the plea and waiver of the jury trial were made knowingly.
Yeah, it could be that, Lovely. That's why I say he might have thought she was slow, but at the time she just, but right now she could be a lawyer, all we know. You know what I mean? And he be the slow one. I mean, he is out here selling people Bitcoin, right? Well, not selling them, but teaching them how to supposedly become rich like him. So, hey, anything can happen, man. People thought I was slow when I was that age. I hadn't woke up yet. So, but the fact is, she was a victim. She was a victim. and a victim should never be have to be re-victimized.
Intelligently and voluntarily with the full understanding of the nature of the
Now, right now, Sister T is reading him the charges of his plea deal from 2005.
charges and the consequences of the plea.
Right.
In consideration, go ahead,
something.
go ahead.
Fondling means you put your hands on something. That means you took your hand and you did something with your hand on somebody else's body.
And that's clear and cut. He showed the indictment papers. That's what they had in the indictment papers. They were striking and replacing certain words. They struck the word that he proposed that because in the originally he was in charge with the indecent liberties. And in indecent liberties, it says that you propose sexual some kind of sexual whatever to a minor. Now, what they did is decide to drop that from that, take out the propose, and replace it with sexual abuse. That's what it said in the paperwork.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
They struck certain words, and that's what I asked him. I say, what does it mean when they strike certain words and replace it? Which I already knew, but I wanted it to come out of a lawyer's mouth because I'm not a lawyer. That don't mean I can't go and do my research, but I'm not a lawyer. So this man made sure he made it clear. You're striking words, and they literally struck the word proposed that. Now, if it would have been the other way around, we could have said he didn't touch nothing. If they would have said we're striking the word sexual abuse and replacing with the words proposed to, then we would be able to say, okay, he proposed a sexual act to a child, so that's why he got it. But no, it wasn't that. They literally took out proposed to and replaced it with sexual abuse. This is the public defender or his lawyer that he said, thank God that they put him on the elevator with. This is the God sent lawyer now. He went to the DA, who is the God sent devil, and said, hey, let's take away that he proposed to do sexual acts and put that he sexually abused. Let's do that. And for that, I'll exchange that. You could take it from a felony and make it a misdemeanor, but we can still put it on sexual battery because it fits on the line that he actually touched, not verbally. He actually touched or had the person touch him. So this is the language that they had to sit down and make an agreement to. And then that lawyer in return came back and talked to kids one-on-one. And he said, look, kids, hey, we're going to have you sign this and you will be on the sex offenders list. You did not sit there in front of a judge and the judge did not tell you you're going to be on that fucking list. It just did not happen. I'm pretty sure they told you 2-3 times you was going to be on that fucking list. Now, if you say you were scared of the 15, I get it. I get it. You were scared, you ain't did nothing or whatever, I get it. But the fact is, they told you was going to be on that list, sir, and you thought you would. Somebody told you. And the fact is, you were on that list.
Yeah.
In consideration of the defendant plea of guilty and the evidence heard, the court found Raymond Ottery guilty for the misdemeanor of sexual battery as charged in the amended indictment upon recommendation of the common and attorney. It's ordered that the defendant serve 360 days. He only did a year. The best shouldn't have anyway. Days incarceration in the fair and that's to run times those help themselves because I doubt they do, and I'm So it won't
Could you repeat that, please?
if we report to.
I wouldn't deal with this too much. These
I
kind of
don't trust, and I over what's actually going.
I'm trying to find an unlawful restraint
Have
part.
this right. The sick. It would mean he.
It could, depending on what's in the police report.
Okay, here it is right here. Somebody just asked the question, does unlawful restraint mean that he ripped their clothes? And he said that's possible. And now he's going to get more into other scenarios, examples of unlawful restraint.
But the fondling is pretty much like the rubbing kind of thing.
Mm. Yeah, okay, no, that ain't it.
And just to be clear, the unlawful restraint was when he was 16, and it was the mentally challenged girl that he was speaking of.
Anybody else have any questions while I look for other questions? In anybody on the Pittsburgh, you mean to tell me you on?
I want to know about the well, I just forgot. Just explain the unlawful restraint, and if that would then tell a person no, making that individual touch them rather than them touching the victim.
Well, not familiar with law of that jurisdiction, but just the term unlawful restraint means
just the term, y'all. They make laws with terms, okay? When they say sexual battery, that means sexual, that means, you know, your sexual parts. And battery, that means touching, physical, minor or major. You know, he touched a minor, physically, sexually. He fondled. I mean, this term, unlawful restraint. Now we have to, my opinion, I think he was confused on whether that was with the child or with the, you know, what he called, you know, the mentally challenged. When he did the unlawful restraint, that was with the mentally challenged. So we're just correcting, we're just checking out his behavior then and now. What he got away with.
held somebody down.
Held somebody down. Does that not make more sense of him getting an unlawful restraint, an assault to the third, and a coherence charge with a woman he admitted to going down to her room uninvited, creeping into her room, and you get an unlawful restraint? And like he said, the meaning, the term would be like holding down. What else?
Against their will.
Against their will. This is the girl that he crept into her room because he heard she was giving head. Now, would it make sense that he would get an assault to the third because he held her down against her will and was trying to get a little more than head?
And it was therefore unlawful. Like if I pinned you to the bed, or
if I pinned you to the bed. Now, does this make more sense when it comes to this girl room that he admitted to sneaking into the room of it? He claimed he just went there because he knew that's what Kwame and all them idiots over there would be like. Oh yeah, yeah. So this was a loose girl, huh? This is a girl that was giving everybody head, so you was going to get your head like a man. Yeah, like a man. No, nigga, that ain't manly. That ain't some shit we teaching our young boys.
I'm sure not teaching mine that.
No, hell no. If I found out my son did some shit like that, I'm sending his ass to get some goddamn help. Cause that's bigger than that picture there, being that he thought that was okay. He was one horny ass motherfucker that think that assaulting women is okay. You wasn't invited, sir. You don't go nowhere you're not invited. You don't go to no woman's home and fucking just break in and fucking because you heard she was the hoe of the neighborhood. You don't do that. You don't go in her personal space. And being that you didn't just get charged with simple trespassing, You got charged with unlawful restraint, meaning you unlawfully restrained somebody, like held them down on the bed, tried to hold them down. When you get assault to the third degree, we forgot to look that up, Mom Boss. We need to look that up, get the definition of that.
Okay,
So we
I
can
did before, but I'll look it up. Give me a minute.
right. So this means you get what was it, assault, battery, assault battery.
Yeah, sexual assault third degree, I think.
Okay. So yeah, let's make sure we got it clear. Whether it was assault or a sexual assault to the third degree, it still is an assault, meaning you touch somebody unwantedly, being that you came in their room unannounced. That makes you a predator, sir. Whether they charge you with a felony or a misdemeanor. Hell, the folks in the newspaper thought that they charged you with the R word. Then they charge you, they said that they charged you with sexual assault, which was a felony because you came into a woman's room unwanted and you pinned her to a bed. That's what unlawful restraint means. And you tried to coerce her. Hey, please don't do it. Please, come on, man. Kind of with in a threatening way. Nigga, we got to put it together. You want to skip all around the store? But shit, you don't put enough together saying that you snuck in a woman's room unannounced, uninvited. And the charge that they charge, oh, she went out there and said all kind of wild shit. What was that wild shit she said? I can't wait till that police report come out.
If I held you and didn't let you run away.
Held you, didn't let you run away. Remember, he tried to say, I heard that unlawful restraint could be like somebody like standing in front of a door for like 2 minutes or something like that. He's trying to find the lowest possible explanation of what he did. Nah, nigga, don't tell us no examples of no unlawful restraint. Tell us what it is you did and pleaded guilty of unlawful restraining. Whatever you restrained, it was unlawful.
That's unlawful restraint. If I grabbed you and held on to you and then rubbed on you, that's unlawful. That's
I grabbed you, held on to you, and then rubbed on you. That's unlawful restraint. And it's a misdemeanor, which it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but it's a misdemeanor. Sneaking in somebody's room, uninvited. In real life, that would have got your ass shot. Well, I mean, this was real life, but you know, they supposed to be like getting prepared to be an adult. They ain't getting them prepared for that part. What to do when a weirdo just creeps in your house and tries to rub up on you, and what would happen to you if a counselor wasn't coming downstairs and caught you doing it? Because he said that the counselor came downstairs and y'all ain't supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, down in other people's room. Or they'll put you on restriction. Why they just ain't put you on restriction? Because they must have heard you down there unlawfully restraining somebody. And they came to help her. And you want us to believe that you just, hey man, you know, she went and just told a whole bunch of lies? No, they heard you uninvited to a woman's room and they're unlawfully restraining her. Plain and simple, shit. You ain't got to be a fucking genius to goddamn put this shit together.
Here.
Battery and the unlawful restraint.
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember in Connecticut, it was the sexual assault in the first degree, which was the code 53A-70. But you remember they dropped it to on the one that he showed. It does just say assault 3, but it still has the coercion and the unlawful restraint, which is still this same, which is still this code, which means he still sexually assaulted someone. They just dropped it to that. Remember, the lawyer said the judge or the court has to accept the plea. You just can't go in there and be like, okay, I'm gonna plead So I won't, if you done something terrible, like it has to be reasonable to them. So
Right.
they probably worked out a deal to get it to assault 3, and then but they still left those other 2 on there, which still basically mean he still sexually assaulted somebody. And it's crazy because maybe this case is, I don't know, maybe I was thinking like maybe was he emancipated, being that he was because if his birthday in August, he was 17, not 16, like that article is saying.
Right.
And since he had been in a foster home since he was 3,
Well, he
then
said he wasn't in a foster home, so we gotta go off his words. So
well,
I don't know how he got into this assisted living thing without getting in some kind of trouble or
he
having
didn't
some
get in
kind
no
of
trouble. Uh,
government assistance to get into it, because this probably would have been something that I would have got sent to if I would have wanted to go to, but I went on here and went with the emancipation.
got you. Right. But I'm gonna just let the other content creator produce what they got. But
But this is
allegedly he was
what
there
he's
since he was 3 years old. And his mom,
right,
like, yeah, yeah, but
right.
we'll leave that there.
But we
But
about to wrap it up. I just wanted him to finish up with this part about the unlawful restraint, and then
okay, okay.
yeah, let's speculate over it, and then we're gonna get up out of here for right now.
That arise out of that interaction.
Okay,
Okay, I think that's all he had to say about the unlawful restraint. But they had the wrong situation right there, but he still was telling the important part of what unlawful restraint means, and it lines more up with the Connecticut thing and the mentally challenged girl that he admitted to going down there in her room uninvited, and we only could speculate on what actually happened in that room because of his story doesn't line up, because we just listened to him. He went in there uninvited, which is a crime within itself. And then all he did is, I guess, stand at the door and like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you give me some head? And she was like, nah. At first she was like, nah. He ain't saying what else she was saying. She probably like, nigga, get the fuck out of my room. Who are you? Where you come from? Oh, what do you want? No, and he ain't gonna say how that woman was actually acting. That's how I'm thinking. I don't know what woman just you come in here and you're like, hey, what you want? Can you give me some head? Nah, not right now.
All right. Once you said no the
Like,
first time, no means no. So that's the end of it. So that's
right,
clearly not what happened.
right. So he's giving this little sugar coated story of first shit like nah. So I was like, and I just when I was about to leave, when you was about to leave, why so he said when he's about to leave, the counselor nigga was coming down the stairs, and then they came, and then they caught him. If she
But
wanted
I'm
you to
just
be
saying that
there.
you just leaving out of a room. Okay, come on now. He had to see clothes being fixed or something. Like, come on now. They just ain't doing this for you leaving out of a room. Ain't nobody accused you of nothing, or they didn't see nothing themselves. And that's why the police was called. Like,
Yeah, and he's saying that, man. So next thing I know, he skips around because we already know in reality things don't happen like this.
he skipped to the
So
Virginia case.
yeah,
That's what he
no.
did.
What he did, he said the next thing I know, the police was there, and she started saying all kind of wild shit. So you don't tell particularly what it is she accused you of doing, so we can make the decision. Hey, okay, does it sound like what you did compared to what you just said and what you did? And then you didn't say what the counselor said when the counselor got in there. You know what I'm saying? When the counselor found, where exactly did the counselor find you at? Did the counselor find you in the room, leaving out the room, and walk down, how that happened?
Right.
So it's a lot of questions to be asked, but when a person tries to leave out that much details, you just go by what the law found them guilty of. And the law found you guilty of third-degree assault. The law found you guilty of coercion. The law found you guilty of unlawful restraint, and you admitted to catching all those charges from creeping down to a 16-year-old's room unwanted. I don't give a fuck that you were 16 too. That still is perverted creepy ass sex offender type behavior. And then for you to commit another sex crime, and you're telling us another story where you're leaving out all the important holes. And now we know that this person is a minor, and the crime that you were charged with, yeah, they might have been padded up. But when they went to alter those charges and bring it down, they still make sure they put in the type of language that lets you know that you sexually abused someone. They literally took out proposed that, which would have left it to you only saying something, to making sure that they put it in there that you touched something. Finally, they made sure they put that you touched something. So all this bullshit about you ain't touched nobody is bullshit. The act of the sexual battery, the word battery, literally means touching. That's what a lawyer said. I ain't got to be a lawyer.
Right. We know how to read the dictionary and court documents.
But that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, Mom Boss, if you wanted to get any last,
Oh, I didn't want to just like you were saying, like if he, like, a lot of people talking about, people doing stuff for the wrong reasons or whatever. Well, I don't know the reasons that other people are doing it, but I know the reason that I'm doing it. And he harassed me. And that's just point blank period. Harass me and disparage, defame my business and me and my family, and just kept doing it. And based off the Virginia senior trooper, not state trooper, let me correct myself, Virginia senior trooper, yeah, he shouldn't have been doing it. So I'm going to give him all the information that he need, and I'm going to let them decide, what they're going to do. And I'm not the only person. So people need to quit looking at me like I'm the only person. He's harassed dozens of people on here. Dozens. I've seen him threaten people, actually. Threatening, telling people he gonna pull up, they gonna pull up. I mean, come on now. I mean, he threatened you here. So he coming to Orlando. He won't be going to Disney World or no kid park. We know that. So what exactly was he coming to Orlando for?
Right.
While he was
So,
trying to throw subliminals, you wasn't going to the park.
Yeah, I spare him on that.
Yeah, it's all good. And I would have spared him too.
I didn't even take him serious.
Right. And like I said, I wouldn't have been going so hard on him. I wouldn't have been made no videos or coming on no panel discussing him or nothing. I just was still been in the chat moderating. I would have been like, oh wow, and and sharing what I need to share, because at the end of the day, what he did was wrong. But all the stuff that he was doing to me, okay, so I'm gonna blast it. How he was blasting lies on me, I'm gonna blast the truth on you, sir.
But let's get out of here. And I'll be back later. I might do some gaming a little later. Did you get my gamer tag?
Yeah, I got it. And another somebody else had asked for it too. I gave it to her. But yeah, I got it.
Okay. So y'all can join me on Twitch for any gaming. And we definitely, I gotta start working on this fantasy league. So we can, for the next week or so, we can go ahead and try to fill up the fantasy league. We'll probably put like a little light $10 or $20 in there. That way, make it interesting. But make sure y'all follow me on Twitch, Ears to the Street TV on Twitch, for any of the gaming content. Every now and then, I'll go live and I'll pull it up on YouTube. That way, everybody will know how to come on Twitch, and y'all can see how we over there rocking on the gaming tip, playing Fortnite, playing Madden. I play another game called Paladins. When 2K come out, we'll be doing 2K and stuff like that. So we'll probably do more sports stuff over there or whatever. So
follow my Twitch too, because I got a Twitch and I be uploading like all my lives go to Twitch, but I don't got no followers over there.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go follow Mom Boss too. I've had that Twitch forever. I just started putting stuff on it, so I want to get more into just gaming on Twitch. But for right now, to the people who like to do gaming and stuff, me, Knowledge Power, and Rich. Shout out to Rich. Y'all go sub up to Rich also. We went through a couple of games of Fortnite last night. Had a lot of fun. So we're definitely gonna. I'm gonna dedicate a night to chess also for my chess players. So, oh yeah, Ronald Jones came over there too.
I'm gonna make sure I tell my son, because you know he do challenges, but this will be something different with him actually. Because you know he do the video, so my son, my 13-year-old, play with him, and they do the game together, and they win the challenge, and they, you know, he uploaded with all his edits in it, and you know all his add-ins and stuff. But this will be different for him, I guess, like coming on Twitch playing with somebody. I don't know if he do that.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll definitely get up and try that also. But the gamer tag is in the chat. Y'all hit the gamer tag. Send me a friend request. That way it's easy to find you. We're going to get up out of here with this iceberg kill shot. Salute the iceberg again. Salute the third ITV. Salute to Liars, Strikers, and Bears for the videos, for the funny videos. Salute to all my mods. Salute to the members. Y'all have a good day, and I'll catch y'all later.
Bitch. Shut the fuck up. Fans become your haters. You done? Fucking beard's weird. Alright. You yelling at the mic, fucking weird beard. Why you yelling at the mic? Soul just hit me on the text. Last night, Bills was lying in the chat. Wait, you just list me? I'm perplexed. Insult me in a line. Compliment me on the next. Damn, I'm really sorry you want me to have a heart attack. Was watching Gil's Arena on my Nordic track. Realized that I don't owe you jack. Here's an autograph for your son. KB wrote it on a jock strap. Stand, son. Listen, man, dad, is it man? How you gonna name yourself after a damn class and have a pedo pass? Giant smoke, eyes open, undeniable, supplying smoke, got the fire stoke. Say you got me in a scope, but you grazed me. I say one call to Kelly G and you're Swayze. Your reply got the crowd yelling, woo! So before you die, let's see who can out petty who with your corny line. Bird, you scared, out busy, ooh, but I'm educated and I'm just outsmarting you. By 22, I have 4 years of army through. Now let's talk about something I don't really do. Going somewhere with all the room still in poon. But you're a fucking molehill. Now I'm gonna make a mountain out of you. Woo! Hold chill, acting like you put the chrome barrel to my bone marrow. Gonna put you in a bow and arrow. Say you run up on me like a phone bill. Spray a lead. Playing dead, that's the only time you hold still. Are you eating cereal or oatmeal? What the fuck's in the bowl? Milk, wheat, and Cheerios. Cause I'm taking the shit, I'm busy, I need reading material. Dictionary, yo, Bird, your last 4 songs up. Go back to No Vaseline, oh shoot, that was 3 songs ago. What do you know? Oops, know your facts before you come at me, little goof. Luxury, oh, you broke, bitch, yeah. I had enough land and no 2 did not give a fuck about you. Young on me, no, you the whack beat. It's funny, but so true. I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you. Till I'm hitting old age, still I fill a whole page with a 10-year-old's rage. Got more fans than you in your own city, little kitty, go play. Feel like I'm babysitting Lil Tay. Got the call me okay, so you spent your whole day shooting a video just to fucking dig your own grave. Got you at your own wake. I'm the Billy Goat, you all on the same list. Let's the Sandusky Penn State next to Robert Kelly. And that Nessa hope you about to really blow busy. They'll be putting your own name next to Kwame, next to damn thief. Die, motherfucker, like the last motherfucker saying iceberg and vein, alien brain. You're saying this. My biggest flop, show your greatest hits. The game's mine again, and ain't nothing changed but the lock. So before I slay this fish, and Jada kiss. Gotta wake up every day to this. Fuck. Being smart, shame by some prick. Using my name for clickbait in a state of bliss. Cause I said his goddamn name. Now I gotta cock back aim. Yeah, bitch, pop champagne of this. It's your moment. This is it. As big as you're gonna get. So enjoy it. Had to give you a career to destroy it. Lethal injection, go to sleep 6 feet deep. I give you a beef for the effort, but if I was 3 foot 11, you look up to me and for the record, you would suck it, thick to fucking be me for a second. Lick up all sector, get on my channel. Giving life to BS, solidified. This motherfucker shit is like Rambo when he's out of bullets. So what good is a fucking machine gun when it's out of ammo? Had enough of this yelling bitch ass cap. I had a fucking him and I battle. He walks like castrated cattle. I give him no panel cause he knows as long as I'm iceberg, he's not allowed in the shadows. Exhausting, letting off on my offspring. Lick a gun barrel, bitch, get off of you. Dance around it like a sombrero. We can all see you fucking salty. Cause your jacket's wide open on these YouTube streets. Your crime record, your scam record. Your shoes better, my land is better. That a death threat or a love letter. Little white toothpick thinks it's over a clip. I just don't like you, prick. Thanks for dissing me. Now I had an excuse on the mic to write the remix. Wow, but really I don't care who's in the right, but you're losing the fight, you pick. Who else wanted meal? Ticket, fails, Kwame, L's, fucking nails, indies, Talking that soft as cotton nail. Kill shot, I will not fail. I'm rolling solo still for this idiot's false pop pills and tell them he's got skills. The biz that you become solid is the day and keep him busy. Did they hit that guy? See that kid? I'm sick of you being whack and still using that motherfucking kid ever talk. So let's talk about it. I'm sick of your loud yelling mouth. You did get the cock about it before we can even talk about it. I'm sick of your big face and tough talk just cause you look in the mirror and think that you're all about it. Don't mean that you are and you're not about it. Just leave baby stick in your mouth and keep my name about it. You fucking and I meant every word, KB. Fuck you too.
Salute the Iceberg for the drop, man. That shit was fire. Y'all have a good day. It's week made now and two. Salute the MomBossMayo. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button over here and make sure y'all hit that like button over there. I'll see y'all later. Y'all make sure y'all tune in for the gaming stream. I'm probably about to do a little gaming in a minute. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to Ears to the Street TV over on Twitch. If you haven't already, follow up. Hit your alerts. I'm out of here.